Okay, we are back. Back to rigging. Yay! Woo! Trying to make sure now my mic works, music works. Yep, we're all good. Okay. One of the things I saw, I think it was just a script failing last time, because this seems to work now. Yeah, so the Lego completely works. Unless maybe if I drag it here. No, seems to be totally fine. So I don't know what's up with that. I think there was probably just a script that wasn't loading in because of how everything spread out. All the things were doubling up with the guides versus guide. These using the same names. So what do I want to work on today? Let's look at these notes, I guess. I write notes for a reason. We've learned. This seems to be resolved. Like, what was this script? Proper. I need to change this at some point. Like it was a script not being properly loaded. This is fine. Global. Oh, it's not taking this rotation. If I did this, run. Oh, maybe it is. Yeah, look at that bend. Something's wrong. Very intriguing. Okay, that's the thing I need to add. I don't know how I want this. This is exactly what everyone tunes in for, right? Me bug fixing my actual audio setup. Amazing. 10 out of 10. Using Anchor, yes. This is definitely something I need to look at doing. That's going to be a big rewrite of the whole system. Okay. So what I would do essentially is I would make the guide. I would connect all of their data, so I have all of the data. So if I did just, I want to check something. If I print this, no, wrong thing. It's up here. Right, I did it before it all. There we go. If I did that, right? Look, it's printed. Oh, that's just my. I don't see the print. Confusing me. It's just gonna keep falling, so that's gonna drive me crazy. Ugh. Okay. So there's a print. There's a wild print somewhere. Print. Yeah, that's fine. Where's the other print? Ah, here we go. Next, reload. Yes. Oh, Blender's crashed. Yay! Good old Blender crashing. We love to see it. We love to see it. Okay, give me this. Okay, it's still in here, so let's just do this. Why isn't that print going ahead? Print. Yes. I'm getting getting lots of errors. It's just not printing this. Print test. What? Okay, I see that one. Entering, it's not printing. Weird. Oh wait, no, it is printing it every time. Okay, that's grand. So, print it there. Weird. Doesn't seem to want to read it if it's there. Very confusing. Okay, so what I guess I should do instead is, I guess I'll try and fix the hips and see how that goes. So let's have a look at my hip setup, or the old hip setup I was using. Node editor. Fine. So it was just, yeah, there was all the placements. I was just saving those worlds. Okay, so okay. So this should be its own thing. No, I can't do that. Oh. Okay. That was weird. Hip. Guide. Chest. Guide. Spine. Spine. And then I guess, spine. HRC. Okay, so hips is there. Put it up there for now, so we have something. And then I guess I need another one of these. And this is mid guide. Interesting that I have it. I don't know why I have the directions in the middle. Weird. So I essentially just have it exactly where the guide end is. Yes. Okay. So there's not a HRC. This is an SRT. SRT buffer. Good old buffer. And this has a constraint of copy transforms of and the hips should be 0. Chest should probably be less than that now. And the mid should just kind of be in the middle. And so I need to do all the individual bones potentially, but I might not need to. Keep clicking the wrong thing. I keep meaning to go in here. Okay. So what I need to fix now is let's do it here, I guess. In the construction of those scripts, or the drivers even, rolled ankle, ankle rest, rolled ankle, ankle rolled, tibia start. Oh, is this what I need? That's the constraint knee. I think this is what I want. No, that's 1 second. Get me the leg. Give it to me now. Give me the bones now. That could be taken out of context. So it's that's okay. So it's ankle to hip clamp distance, hip to ankle. So in the creation of the limited ankle, here's the limited ankle. World ankle rolled. Ankle roll offset. This is the limit ankle, okay. Limited ankle. Buffer. So this should be, I think that should be hips. Let's do limited ankles. So yeah, hip world should be hips matrix, which is that is after the world. So this should be hips. Okay. So let's make some new bones, I guess. Do down here. Join module. Hips. Actually, before I go crazy into this, because I was missing loads of shit last time. Just had the SRT buffer to put it in the correct space. And then that's it. Okay. Hips. Hips. Name. Oh wait, no. Hips. Head of bone, hips. Create bone. Center. Surprised I swapped the center into the mid. I'm not sure why I did that. Name equals hips. Location equals. Oh, I need to get the locations of these. This is not hips pause. Leg pause. Where was that getting used? there, there, there. Okay. Steal you for a second. Thank you very much. Oh, oh, you can make it very big, very small. Interesting. I think that's okay. You guys can kind of see that okay enough. I hope. Hip pause guide equals e dot spine dot hip. He should be at spine. Oops, I guess. And then this should be chest pause guide. Chest location equals hip pause guide. What else goes into here? I don't know if I care about the tail right now. Name, location, parent. I guess I should make a HRC for this. Fine, HRC. HRC. I guess layers then. Layers equal. Oh. HRC layer. Parent none. Tail equals none. So then parent of this equals HRC. Don't have a tail, I don't need to do any of the rest of that. I'm just gonna play. Something's wrong, of course. And do I ever build and it doesn't somehow break? Hip pause guys is not defined. What? Hip pause guide. Oh, this should just be God node guide. 279. Oh, I'm missing one of these. I see. 79. Here we go. Good. We're good. Okay. Copy you. Just TV. Just. Like a lot of these, I shouldn't need to use these. I should just have these saved in memory from when I created, essentially. I just don't know if there's a way to like store that memory. I would like there to be, but I don't know if there is. I'll just do, just for the sake of it, I'll do mid as well. I didn't get a time to look around to see if there was that option to do the kind of ribbon thing I was talking about. But we'll see. Yes. Mid. I'll mid. I'll mid. I'll mid. Oh. What I get for shit talking chat. Okay. So cool. So now the controls exist. So hips, I guess. So in limited ankle, let me make sure I can, on the constrained knee. Give me this a second. clamp distance. Yes, so it should be hips, leave. Oh, seems to have broken something. Okay, 1 second now. So need to think. So rounding this. Right. That's the length limit. So that's the clamp and the length. But this, oh no, wrong thing. This is taking that value. Why is it taking that value? Unless it's using it for a different calculation that I'm not aware of. Fresh editor. Script, no. Expression name, leg R. Was ankle to hip clip clamped distance. So it's just two lengths and the clamped distance. Okay. Something is definitely wrong then. So this should not be. No, that should. Yeah. That should be hips as well. Okay. So C in this instance is this. So it's the clamped distance. So C is clamped distance. So that means distance needs to be correct, which needs to be between the hips, I believe. Yes, it needs to be between the hips world and the world ankle roll. Look, it's sweating, man. Very hot in my room. Yeah, so let's look at this for a second. So this one, RC end, that's fine. That's just doing an offset. What is this? I don't know why that's there. Again, this is fine. So this is where hips gets taken in. Okay, so that's in that one, and then hips gets taken into this one as well. Oh, Jesus, what the fuck is wrong? Everything is broken now. Amazing. If I make one thing work, everything just breaks. So good. something I'm gonna quickly do. I'm just gonna save this and just reload, just because sometimes when I change things in here, they don't propagate through. Nope, oh fucked. Okay, so what is wrong with you? Okay, so the hip world should actually be, I see, it should include that offset. So it should be the offset. Okay. So I need to add that into the thing. Hips and then leg. So what is taking that hips in? So all of these taking that in between. So those actual distances, distance should actually be leg, hip, pause, because hip world is using hip pause as an offset. So this should be fine to use it here, I believe. I'm not sure about that one. It's a bit of a guessing game right now till I test it properly. These are okay. These are safe. Safe. This is the knee. So what I want is, rather than it using hip, it should use femur. There. I might not be allowed to do this. We shall see. If I got rid of those, I did hips, right? And I did hip. Still getting dependency cycle. That's a bit confusing. But those should all. I guess I should just do it the proper way. So what I should do is I should get no. So I guess I hit the IKSRT. What is the IKSRT getting it translate from? Hip world plus the clamp displacement. Okay. Or wait, is it plus or is it minus? Plus plus. Okay. So I think I need to write another script. I definitely need to, like, I've cleaned them all up, but now I need to organize them because they don't make any sense in this particular order. Because this needs like these need to kind of be done here, really. Doesn't make sense for them to be anywhere else. So def. Uh. Do I need a new script for that? Maybe I don't need a new script for that. Maybe I could just it's just these also need hip world. Hmm. The best way to do this, if I just make it a completely new matrix just to hold all the values. That could work, I guess. Yes, maybe I should do for now. Hip world. None. The yeah. Oh, what failed? Oh, odd node. Die. Okay, so I have those. So now if I'm in here, is this. Alright, so now I assign that. Hip world. Hip world offset. I want to do this for everything again. So this constrain hip world. Then I can just use hip world in the calculation. Yeah, I think that hip world. Could I if I had a constraint, right? Copy transforms of hip, right? And then if I add another copy transforms after original as well of hip emer there. No, I think this is gonna be safer, to be honest. Hip world pb equals get pose bone. Alright, I heard some hip world armature. Maybe you oh. be constrain world input list. So the input list for this should be hip and leg, hip, pause. No, it should be femur start, right? Yeah, it should be femur start, I think. No, it should be the hip world is just the hip, which that's fine. It's just the actual hip plus the wait. It's hip world is the offset as if it was parented to the matrix. So it should just be should just be right. Just be that matrix with that matrix, which is just hip world. I'm gonna undo this. I think it doesn't make sense to have this be an actual value that gets saved around. I'm just gonna go through them one by one. Ankle roll offset does not use the hip. Constrain world ankle does not use the hip. Why does that do that? There's probably something in here. Oh, that's in a previous calculation, right? So I can do global. It's just it's right. It's up. This is the point matrix. Okay, so I'm gonna write that in because that doesn't make much sense to me otherwise. This is mimicking a point matrix mold. Mimicking a point matrix mold. Okay, again, this doesn't use hip, so this uses hip, right? And then that feeds into this. How is that calculating the offset? Oh. My Twitch is dying. I will BRB. Yeah, I will BRB. 1 second. I'm back. Sorry about that. That was just a internet issue. Cable got pulled. What was I doing? I don't need this. Oh, I was gonna look how. Like R. How is it? How am I discovering the offset again? I don't remember. Just getting the world position of that. Just saving that value. Oh, it's saving the local matrix. Interesting. Okay, wait. That I could probably work with. That makes sense. Because it's parented in the correct place. So all I would want is its local change from that. What am I? It's in spine, right? Okay. Using its local matrix to retrieve the offset. Instead of the hip. No, wrong one. This is the hip pause. Okay. Wrong one. This should be world. This one should be not world. This is gonna fuck all my calculations right now, but that honestly might be for the best. Okay, so now if I go back into this calculation, again, I guess hips offset. And then I guess hip world, hip offset equals rig dot matrix. Well, that offset is constant. So I could just feed in. I'm trying to think here. I can do that. I just want to output it somewhere, which is the issue. No, okay, can't do that. Get into it. But maybe I do make a hip world. Just to hold the values. Then I can just feed that into. Okay, so I think I'm going to do that. I think that makes more sense. I can probably skip some of these steps. It's just I'm just trying to make it as close as possible to what I had before, just to save myself some headache. Okay, so def constrain hip constrain hip world hip offset rig equals hip dot id data hip equals rig dot matrix just for world at hip mat equals that hip dot matrix. Do I get a local matrix? Again, I don't remember. have to do a Google chat. Blender. Phone local matrix. Move it to access pose button. Okay. So, return hip world. Mat equals hip mat. So I want the offset in the space of the hip. Hip offset mat. Offset mat equals rig matrix at hip offset dot matrix local. Or I think hip world constrain hip hip world yep constrain hip world. I do need to make that a bone again, which is unfortunate. Should have just commented it out rather than getting rid of it. Didn't make any sense to do that. C'est la vie. Hip world EV world God node guide. Yep. Oh, for now. I assume it's because I didn't finish the statement. Yep, fine. Hip world be equals get pose bone hip world be amateur. Make my life a lot easier. There. I don't need a distance. What I do need is I need hips. I'm gonna change it to hip and just be consistent because it's kind of annoying me. Hip. I guess this should be hip offset then. Hips. Shit. I just undo everything I just did. No. Yeah, and then I just need to change this to hip instead. Okay, well, let's just see what's broken now. Yeah, something's broken. Of course it is. Hip world underscore PV is not defined. Oh. 402. Oh, hip and then hip offset. Again, this is the problem. If I delete the guide, then that value goes away. Right. Hmm. How do I do that? How do I keep that value? Maybe it's okay. Maybe. Offset guide. This is actually just numbers. Problem again. Fuck. Just like how do I keep store the value? I guess I could create a property on I could create a property. I could create properties and just read properties. Can you store matrix as a property? Mm, okay. So what am I trying to do? I want to save I want to add the hip world with the hip offset to get hip offset world, right? Hip offset is from a guide. So I want to save that guide. I want to save that guide's matrix on an object, right? So if I do that, then I don't need to make the offset. I could just make it where it is. I want to save that guide's matrix on an object. So I don't need a hips world. What I need is a hips offset, and then I can add it. Okay, I think that's what's missing. Okay, so this is hip offset, hip offset. Offset, and then this should be parented to this. Not parented, but it should be there. This can get undone for a second now. Hip offset, right? So I want to take into account its rotation, but there shouldn't be any rotation on it, right? Yeah, there's no rotation. Perfect. So then if I have hip offset and I have hip I can constrain hip world. I don't need to constrain hip world anymore. I can just put those together. So hip offset, right? Hip equals hip offset. Let's just do mat for now. Mat equals hip offset. Oh, but there's no parent. So what I actually kind of want, I essentially want to be parented under that, I think. Oh, what I could do, can I do, I create it, minus, hip guide? Is that allowed? I don't know if it is. Guide is not defined. Was gonna be missing loads of these. I shouldn't have put this in by hand. That was a stupid idea. I need to just move all of the spine values up now so that they exist for the leg call. offset guide is not defined on 291. Length is wrong. Well, if that's what's broke, well, actually, let's run this for a second. 299. Because these are all getting set off of that. But then I guess Christ. The portal isn't defined in 402. Don't need this again. This time I'm just gonna comment this out. That doesn't delete it. Be smart this time, chat. I think I'm doing more harm than good right now. So give me all of this. Leg. Okay, so that's incorrect. That seems more correct. No. Oh, no. I'm doing it the wrong thing. Okay. Working. Right, so this is hip offset, which is just, yeah, it's just it minus the hip, right? It's weird that it's saying it's connected to, I guess that's the HRC in this instance, so that's fine. Okay, that does work. Now I just have that offset. So offset equals this. Now its world position is actually in the correct thing. So hip offset. Then hip world equals hip mat hip offset mat world. There we go. So it's all good. Yep. So now I just need to do it down here again. So grab U. We don't need this. Hip offset. And then it's oh. But if I have that value, I could just set it then. Ugh. I guess I didn't delete the code, right? So let's do def constrain hip world hip offset. Let's just grab U, right? U there. Don't do this. well. Return world. So I guess I do need to write that script I was talking about. This should definitely be on the SRT buffer layer. I think this SRT buffer layer. Okay, all good. Yep. World. 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 I mean, if I'm doing. Why do I care about this? I could just make the hip world at that location, and then it would have the correct values. Christ. Lose the chat. I'm gonna lose it. Could I not? Yeah, I could just make it at hip offset. Right? And I don't need to do any of this. I can just use hip world. And then I don't need this script either. Hip equals hip. Matrix world translation. So as long as it's a child, not a child, yeah, a child of, I can do that. So what this would be is this should be hip world. World. Oh, if I do a child of, maybe, yeah, we'll see. I might have to go back to the thing, but that's okay. Losing my mind. World. So this is up here. World maybe hip world. I'll do this. And this should be parented to hip. Okay. Everything. Oh, that's not actually terrible. Very interesting. That's hip world. Okay. So I don't need hip offset matrix or any of this nonsense. I could just do hip world. Dot matrix. Those should both work now, and then save this. Reload. So it's off a little bit, but better than I thought it was going to be. Okay. Limited ankle is broken. What about rolled ankle? Are you okay? Rolled ankle is okay. Limited ankle is broken. Why is limited ankle broken? Here we go. Oh, it's missing a value. Oh, because I probably put in something that I shouldn't have. Yep, world. Limited ankle is missing a value. Distance, femur length, tibia length. Oh, right. Okay, so left to right is broken now. Hip mat is not defined. Oh, only this. Do this again. Beep beep beep. People be beeping on the street. Okay, something's broken now. Train limited ankle is not defined. What? Oh, there's a random letter in it. Broke everything. Wait, are you okay? I'm not getting any dependency issues. They separated it out. Ooh. Oh wait, I want to test something. So if I did this. I guess because technically the thing should be parented. Add the hip. Aaron, make the hip world for the leg a child of the hip. I need to rename stuff because it's very hard to understand what the fuck is going on right now because of how everything's named. So what I want to do is I need to do hip be equals get pose bone hip armature review. That still doesn't function correctly, but I can grab the hip and look at that. It's not super far off base right now. Nice. Cool. Okay, so one of the things I still need to fix is that this IK SRT buffer should still be getting values, I believe. Because what it should be is this should actually be at 0, and it should be getting parented up. So, okay, SRT buffer. Let me see. ASRT buffer. This one. So it should just be hip world. Okay. So it should have a constraint. I guess it wouldn't need this constraint. Right, if I add a copy location for hip world, then I shouldn't need that. There we go, and it works completely. Okay, so change that over. That's all I have to do, right? Small change. So I don't have a copy location, do I? I don't think I do. I do. Okay, 1 second. So where's that one? I guess is it here? Yes. Constraint copy location target equals hip world hip parent. No. Oh, target space equals world owner space equals. Oh, it's not that. It's all capitals, right? World. So, I'm gonna make sure is my still doing okay. Yeah, which is the hiccup. Okay, so now still bends off, which I don't love, but there we go. Oh, okay, that was a fucking mess, chat. That was a mess. You know, I'm gonna probably do some cleanup on this to myself, to be honest, as well. Just vector should be this and so I guess I don't need this then. I could do this. Feels like great driver. You please. T. That. That. And there's no distance needed, right? So false. Yep. 3 axes rotation. Oh, rotation. Euler. And now if I also move the hip, the leg should work. But then if I move this with the hip, that should be sweet. If I do this, it should still should be okay. And then if I grab this as well. Okay, so it's slightly going off, which I don't love, but we'll figure that out when we get to it. But right now I'm going to save all of this, and then I'm going to go into all of these scripts, and I'm going to rename hip world. Well, no, it is hip world. Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't do that just yet. Not sure. Don't need this anymore. Finally, right. Yep. Okay. There's an ankle. Yep. Want to make sure everything's getting used correctly. And this gets that off of what I need start property. No, I don't need it. I could put this up. Oh no, this one needs the IKSRT buffer. This one does. Yeah. Okay. So I guess I would want to make them all childs of it. Could I move this low? What am I trying to move below? This thing. Can I move this later? Or is it gonna fuck everything? No, it was fine to me. I definitely need to rename that. So let's try and figure out a good name for that, right? First of all, let's save. Close that. So hip world. I can get rid of this line as well now. Hip world is, let's rename this to hip leg world. Right. It's not a buffer, it's just an SRT. So yep, it's fine. What I just need to do is grab this. Wherever it's getting used down here, I just swap it around. Leg world. Leg world. This is going to help when I have to do sides, but C'est la vie. Okay, let's see. I probably missed one. Did I? Constrain limited ankle. This one. Hip leg whirl is not defined. It is? Oh. 1 second. Reload. It doesn't take the thing first. Fuck. Ay, chihuahua. Okay, what's broken? Just tell me so I can fix it. Very limited ankle. 424. 1 second. Reload. Run. 407. Yep. 433. Uh, 450. Okay, there we go. I think we got all of them now. So I have a rough idea of what the fuck is going on. I don't like that it turns off. Like it's like turning off axis. That shouldn't happen, right? If I go to mesh here, I go, maybe it should, you know. Still think it's pointing at the, it should still point at the thing though. But again, those aren't pointing, those are just drawing lines between them. So different things. But it doesn't seem to be pointing correctly all the time. Concerns me. You have to go through node by node and figure out if I'm missing anything, I guess. Or if I've done something in a stupid way. I feel like it's likely to do with this. So it should be the world inverse of. So it goes into hip Y projected, and that goes into hip rotate Y. For example, let's just look at that. Hmm. Not not sure. I guess we should look at getting the rest of these kind of sorted out. So I just want to see if I go print hip TV matrix world. That's not gonna work, right? Doesn't have a thing to do. Oh, hip world. Oh, I do have TV. I just didn't have it there. Yeah, so it's hip TV ID data matrix underscore world at that, right? So if I made a object add plane, for example, and I put in minus 0.00909 7.7, yeah, puts it in that exact space. So I can still read the thing even though, now if I did this for the leg world, what would happen? Uh, 7.3 2.2. Yeah, I'm rounding, so it's probably closer to 3. Yeah. Okay, so no, it does take into the world position, even if stuff moves around. Okay. Hmm. Oh, wait, take a small break and get some water, and then we might just push ahead onto these, I guess, and making sure that these all follow the route, and then we'll have to look up some spine stuff. I might look at maybe making the guides a for real thing rather than going crazy. Who knows? Okay, I will BRB in just a second. Okay, we are back. Oh. So, what do I want to work on now? Maybe I look at doing some UI stuff, just so I can start getting this stuff to actually work properly together. Well, what I want to do first is I'm just gonna attach the rest of these. Yeah, you'd want them all to rotate with the. Are these all separately set up here? One for spine. Okay, that's just chest world. That's fine. Okay. I guess I could do the UI and I could do deform. Let's do those, I suppose. Patients have been controlled into fixed by inputting world. Fine. Leave that for now. Okay, I haven't updated that yet. I'm just gonna leave those in until my next push. Just just I should have done mid first, but this doesn't make any sense. Not first. I should have, done mid in the middle. This makes more sense, right? So now if I rotate this, they should all be cool. Interesting, because if I do it, I saw a version of it there where it's attached and wasn't pulling the limited ankle with it. Look at that. Fuck. Okay, look at that. If you bring root to minus 5.4, minus 4.8, 3.3, leg attaches from foot. I just want to make sure that I just do those rounded values, it still work. I assume it would, but you can never know with these things. Very weird. I don't know why that's detaching. Like this, if I, but even if I, don't know what's going on with that. But we're not getting any dependency issues, which is a plus these days. Yeah. I am getting a print statement, though. Um, okay, so do I want to start making deform or do I want to start looking in UI? Let's look at UI. Blender, Python UI. Oh. Okay, UI is a lot more involved than I thought it was going to be. Let's not do UI. Okay, chat. Let's just leave that one. I guess I'll make the deform skeleton. Um, and then I want to create lots of bones, right? Well, I don't have any like deform bones that are here currently is just it's just two. So upper leg def equals create bone, I guess. PB for leg def equals create bone. Side equals L. That equals L. Name upper leg. Let's do suffix equals def location equals hip pause I think should I do fuck hip leg oh. That's my gift for renaming everything. I don't know what anything's called. Hip pause guide. Yes, that's what I want. No, that's the spine. I want hip offset. Tail equals knee pause guide. None. So what I want to do is I actually want to make a new skeleton. I actually think what I want to do is name. Use that one bit. When I create the skeleton, I'll put that in. So if I do armature equals armature this one. Oh, armature and then edit bones. Line 30. Oh, is it because I'm already in edit mode? I see. Nope. Or do I need to be in object mode, maybe? There we go. So, armature name. Okay, so now I've got this skeleton with just these things in it. Oh, I need to do the cat again at the top. Okay, so now I should just have that. Lower. 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 So this should be knee pause. This should be ankle pause guide. I think this is ankle guide actually. Bad naming. Okay, so that's not doing the delete correctly. What does delete do? Okay, so delete armature name. So the form skeleton. Okay, so that's just kind of cleaning up stuff because it was making duplicates, which I don't love. Now, do this. This doesn't get an extra thing on it. Perfect. So this should be parented to this. And then I guess layers will form layer. Whoop. Layers equal and the reason I'm splitting it out into the deform layer is so that it has an easy export, so that I could just take this out and I wouldn't have to do anything. I guess this is a needed deform layer. I could spend the first layer because it's a different armature. This one I might just do armature def instead of overriding everything. Def. I think it makes more sense, right? Now, question: if I do create bone, is that just using armature? Edit bones equals edit bones. So now I have the option of doing edit bones equals edit bones def. No, this isn't making sense. It's just I won't have access to the previous armature, which is going to be a problem. Undo. Awesome. I hate that Blender has like 2 undos. maybe there's a setting I can change to fix that. You know. Let's not do this nonsense. I'll just deal with it, I guess. I don't want this. If I have to come back and rewrite everything to add it in, I will suffer that fate when I get there. Yep. Yep. Right. So this should be parented this then. Fail should be none. Okay, so we're slowly building up the skeleton now. So I guess I need to do the feet stuff now. So this would be tarsi and pose. Tarsi and then pose. So this would be ankle, and then this would be tarsi. Guide. This should be tarsi, and then this should be Closed guide. Okay, I've just named something wrong. I know what's the issue. What is the actual name of it? Ankle toe too thirsty. Oh. Oh, this is not toes, it's hip. And something else is still wrong. What is wrong? Or it's not? No, it's fine now. Okay. So that's the whole leg deform, and that's the hip deform. Great amateur deform underscore. Yeah, that's fine. Deform skeleton. So then I guess I need to swap back to pose mode. So I need to do a copy constraints of all. Same with this one. If I did a parent, maybe I could just do child though. Let's see. Hip, def, TV, get, pose, bone. Sure. Of that. Now this is where I run into a problem. This should be hip parent. Oh, because it's going to be trained in like that. These constraints. Well, how do I break down all the information? You know what I mean? Because this will still read a 0 everywhere. I mean, I guess it should be okay. Okay. As a parent, you could still change values, which I guess I don't really want. Failed. What's wrong? Not to find. What? Oh, keep doing this every time. So the oh, was a misspell. So I guess what I just want to do is I print armature. I guess what I could just do is just before I get rid of everything, I could just do it here and just do control armature equals armature. And then I can just do control armature. And this should be hip TV. Well, I guess it'd just be hip. Could not find. What? I'll do that for a second. Okay, don't need this print anymore. Print control armature. Yeah, fine, okay. So the parent does work, but I kind of want its values to be overwritten realistically, not parented. So I should just make a new constraint. Okay. So if I add a 1 second. That's exactly where I wanted to pull that from. Okay. Sure. Copy transforms. Copy underscore transform. Transforms. So that has mixed mode. It doesn't have any of these invert. I don't know why. Don't know why I capitalized the whole thing. Transforms. That. Constrain. Copy transforms. Oh, it failed. Oh, I'm missing arguments. Yes, okay. World owner space equal world okay, object compose. Okay, so that's exactly what I want. I just need to do that again a couple more times. And then object is femur end. So this should be IK parent. Lower, so this is tibia end. Yep. Where's the where's the control? And then that was right. Those. Toes and toes control. I can just see the controls now. I can't see anything else. And those bones that I'm seeing are the form bones, aside from the hip. So it does the weird detach thing, but it's working. Those are the deformed bones, which ideally I wouldn't be able to select those. Called world control. I can't adjust them anyway. Okay, so that's fine. Okay. So these, I need to add an extra option onto this, which is influence equals 1. Constraint influence equals influence. And then these, this needs another one, which is, I think it's FK femur. FK parent. 0. Maybe oh. Oh. Is that failing or is that be okay? Okay, so now if I select these, no, it'll just have, oh, this bottom one doesn't. It's tibia, that not the correct name. Like it should be, but no, it should be. Oh, I didn't change the which bone it goes on. There we go. Now if I change these to these, oh no, incorrect. Change this, and this, and this, and this. Now it should be. I should work with these. Yep. Okay, so I'm trying to think of my head here. That's fine. I need to just set that ankle. But the reason that the ankle is bottom is because purely copying the transforms from this. But ideally, this should swap as well. Like the foot should swap. You know, it should be set to this. I'll have to make an actual swap, like a proper button to swap IKs or a proper slider to do it. I guess I could add properties to this, I suppose. I guess I could do that. How did I add a property to that ankle? I honestly have no recollection of how, I have no recollection of how I did that. So it would have been way up here, right? So here we go. So really matter. I guess it does. Leg L like a string equals L leg. So this should be a God node. Now that should have a property. Oh, L leg. This is why you use strings. Okay. I guess it should be FK IK. It's a 1. 0.0. How do I put a limit on? Blender UI, complicated as fuck, dude. No idea what's going on. Okay, so what then do I? So I would add a. I need to add a driver to literally everything that gets. Oh, it's gonna take a minute. I think I'm getting knackered, chat. I think I'm. The heat is defeating me. Oh. But we're making some progress. So we have, we have the guides here. I guess I need to make a new set as well. So let's do that. That's not too involved. So this is hip. Name, mid. Mid name and then just hip mid just these shouldn't be parenting anything. Oh, location wise, oh, thank you for the raid, Manadano. How was your stream? Gogger? What? What were you doing today, Mano? Thank you. I need to turn that down. It's so loud. Thank you for the follow, Wolf Comet. How's it going? How's everyone doing? I'm still working away at this auto rigger, but right now it's really not feeling very auto. It's much more feeling rigger. Good. Good. I'm glad. What up? How's it going, Mikey Matrix? Man, you would not believe the amount of matrices I have to deal with. But oh, so this is just the parent. I don't need this. It was pretty chill, not gonna lie. It was the last day of my 2-year anniversary, and I just rested around and Trackmania opened some card packs. How are you doing? Doing okay. It's just very hot in my room, so I'm like, it's wet. Too late, Claire. Too late. That's cool though. Congrats on 2 years. Good job. Claps in the chat. Claps in the chat. But yeah, so we're just kind of I guess since some of you people probably haven't been here before, I'll just give you a basic rundown of what I'm doing. No worries. Good job of making it 2 years. You know, 2 more. That's what you gotta aim for. At least. Okay. So what I'm basically been doing is I'm building an auto rigger. I'll just run this. So the idea would be that, for example, I'm just gonna hide this. These guides, I would be able to change the position of things. So for example, if I had a character and I wanted their knee to be out that far and I actually wanted their foot to be over here and over there, I could just bang and the leg would create it for that situation. That's the basic idea. So this would be, you could use this for multiple different character models and you could just kind of build around it. And the ideal kind of end situation is that I wouldn't be just building a biped. I'd be able to be like, okay, I want to add 4 legs. I would just pull in 4 legs and then bang, it should just work. It is the ideal situation. Getting there is one thing. Because I know how to do most of this stuff in Maya. Blender does not do the same things that Maya does. Though some things better, some things worse, so I cry. But it's pretty useful. It's just kind of getting used to the API, which I'm not as used to. So right now, what I've basically been trying to do for the past ages is that Blender has its own version of inverse kinematics for bones. I don't really like how they do it because rigging is well beyond me. It's not too bad. Like, it's one of those things where you can do loads of crazy shit with rigging, but you can also do loads of crazy stuff with fucking modeling and geometry nodes and all that nonsense now. I'm like, I don't know what's going on with that. But it's kind of just a lot of just putting things places and like just kind of connecting them. That's basically how I do most of it. Like, this is a character I made in ages ago. Oh, she's broken. 1 second. This is one of the characters I made in my last year of college. I'm kind of I was kind of toying with stuff here. So this is kind of the rough thing at the very end. So to be the leg. And you can do the arm. So she's a little bit rough. I think she's not too bad. Her spine is a little bit not great. I don't love how her spine was in. I also have a spiral rig. That kind of cracks there. But I don't have access to that rig because it's in my 2020. I don't have access to that right now. I cry. So what I'm kind of doing, basically been doing for the last while, is developing my own version of IK. Just to honestly see if I could do it, and because I think it's going to be more consistent than potentially Blender's one, and I just want to see, you know, building IK the way I've been doing it kind of forces me to be like, okay, how the fuck does Blender do any of their nonsense? Like, how do I do matrix maths in Blender? How do I save values? That kind of stuff. A lot of that. But one of the other reasons is if you go into the IK inverse kinematics, they do like this iteration process, which is like, you know, it's just like it's doing it with like 500 variations, just kind of averaging the best result. Which is, that's fine for you know, they're used because you can do an infinite chain length. You can have like a 10 bone chain length, and that makes sense. If you're just doing a leg, like a normal bipedal human leg, doesn't make any sense. Because like at the end of the day, if you do a normal leg, if you bend your leg, it can form that shape. If you extend your leg, it can do that shape. If you look at this, this is just a This is just a triangle. 1, 2, 3. This is technically not. This is technically a triangle, but you wouldn't want to be able to extend that full length. And you can solve a triangle. You know, if you've ever studied trigonometry, you can solve that pretty easily because I have 2 lengths of the side and I have the angle it's creating. I don't need to do iterations. I can just solve the correct thing and it just pointed at the full vector and then back. But I will say I've run into a lot of issues so far. One of them being that I think now I've cleaned it up a good bit because I was hitting dependencies because I was skipping along. But I believe using the drivers in Blender rather than like their built-in constraints. They don't. Oh, thank you for the follow, Claire. Appreciate it. One of their what was I gonna say? Their constraints, I think, update. Where did Reno go? Where did Reno go? I don't understand. Is that a reference I'm not understanding? But what was I gonna say? Their constraints update more often than I think the drivers do, because I'm using Python drivers, which I'm sorry, but that's my no worries. I was just making sure. I was like, is this something I'm supposed to know? So if you see this kind of joint here, it's not updating as well, so it's slightly going off. That's also because I think my calculation is slightly wrong. Reno Genmate is missing, and man had them last. I see. You gotta get them back. You gotta fight for them. But some other things that's built into this is that I've limited IK. So I'm not doing stretch right now. Is that, for example, if I pull this IK control away, the foot doesn't attach, and it also has built-in roll, so I can roll the foot, which currently doesn't work very well. But I can have it rolled and then pull it up. So there's a couple of things that I've noticed that I need to fix. Where like if I pull this over to like here and do if I do this, if I pull this down to here. This detaches from the foot, which it should never do. So I've messed up some part of my calculation. But yeah. And then I guess the other stuff's pretty basic. I'm just kind of trying to modularize and what's it called? Modularize and like programmatically make most of this stuff. So like right now I'm not making the guides, but I'm trying to. And the deformed skeleton is a separate skeleton so that I can export it into Unreal, because the actual idea behind all of this was that I would have a character to test in Unreal Engine, because that seems to be where everyone's going these days. So I'm going to try to learn Unreal. But you can't paint in Unreal, so I cried. Unreal, yes. I mean, it seems pretty cool. I will say, like, the little bit I saw of Unreal, I'm like, I like the graph edit, the like node editor. I'm like, oh my god, there's a working node editor. Like, I don't know, man, I don't know if you've ever used Maya, but the node editor in Maya is so shit. It's so bad. Unreal's one is so good. I'm like, oh, I want to be there so bad, but also I want to fucking weight paint. I need to weight paint, and I don't want to pay for Maya to do it. Gotta learn this stuff. What was I doing? I was gonna add the new guides, I think. Was I? Oh no, I was just condensing these things in. The only 3D software I use is Fusion. Have you not used Blender, man? I don't know. Or have you just used Unreal? Fusion. Damn. What was I doing? I like it. Kappa. Okay, what was I doing? Okay, so I was making these guides. Blender isn't something I can use. What? No? Learning curve too steep. Oh. Yeah, I mean, some of it's a bit of nonsense, but I don't know, not too bad so far. I would say some of the shit that I'm like, I really miss from Maya. There's a couple of things that I'm like, oh, I'm like, maybe I'll program these myself as like a portfolio piece. fuck me, dude. Not having NG skin tools for skinning is the worst thing in existence. I was making these controls, but don't want these to have a parent. You. I don't want you to have any parents. No. I will say having to use the console to debug is kind of annoying. Okay. Oh. Okay, so this is these guides aren't actually getting used right now. Oh, I should. Okay, so I need to make it spline. Spline. The debuffer. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. But I know there's a lot going on right now, so I understand if you're like, what the fuck is going on? Spine. Suffix. So a lot of these functions I have are just I basically just made constructors because Blender doesn't seem to have a lot of constructors, so I've just made them so I can create stuff a little bit faster. SRT and so these should be parented to that actually. So parent that parent that and what was that? Oh, I don't know what's going on. Okay. So yeah, so these are a little bit more organized now. I don't know why there's two of those. Oh, I must have copied those by mistake. Okay, cool. So the ideal situation when I'm done this whole thing, but this is kind of for prototyping, is that these are the kind of guides you make. I'll press a button to load in the guides into a new file. I won't press that button again unless I want to reset all the guides. I will press another button to build the rig based off those guides, and I would press another button to build the skeleton off that, and then I would just delete the guides and bang, done. But right now I don't want to do that because it'll fuck all of the stuff I have working. But that is the situation, hopefully. Okay, so that's the guide kind of done. Or updated to where I am. Because I'm currently in the middle of kind of basically doing the spine. Because one of the methods I would use in Blender, not Blender, in Maya, is that to do a spine, you want like twist. And it's kind of hard to do that if you're basing it off like a pure spline, which is a spline is like just a line with dots on it, essentially. Like a Bezier curve, essentially, is kind of like that. In Maya, you could use a ribbon, which is like a flat piece like this, like a little strip. It looks like a ribbon. And the idea is that you could turn parts of the ribbon, so you could kind of have the top part bend. Like this. This is a beautiful drawing. And you'd have the bones weighted to the middle of it, so they'd turn as you turn part of the ribbon, which was very useful because you get a nice twist on the torso. Like if you turn the chest, the rest of the spine would turn with it to a degree that you could, design. But I'm not sure if there's a method that I was looking it up, and apparently there's like a version of that where you can do like you do a normal spline. It was very confusing, so I've been a little bit lost purely just because I'm not exactly sure all the terminology in Blender. Is you would do a normal spline like I had, and you would do another spline based off of it that is kind of somehow is attached to this, parented to it, and then you'd be able to turn them, essentially making the kind of ribbon that I was talking about before. Not exactly sure if there's an easy way to do that. I think realistically though, you could just hard do the curve. You could just fake the curve by just putting in hard set values. A little bit more work, but if I don't have an option, then I don't have an option. So what do I need to do now? I guess, wait, where is this? Fine, needs to be fixed by putting. Oh, I'm gonna leave this because I need to push the GitHub just so I know I have context of what's going on. Yeah, one of the things I'm currently using, I'm using a lot of hard coded names for stuff, which is not great. Like for the modules that are currently used, they're using these ones, which are just hard coded in on names here. The ideal situation is that when I build the guides, I'd be able to save off their values. Their kind of like values. What the fuck am I trying to say? Variables, and use those, so I wouldn't have to have any really hard coded things with. The only thing I don't know is if there's a way to save kind of what's it called, variables somewhere. Like aside from just in the general file, I don't know if there's a way to like save. Because in Maya you kind of just make like a dummy object and it could just hold a lot of values for you. So, also, if anyone sees anything that's like, you're clearly doing this very incorrectly, I'm like, I'm not aware of what I'm doing wrong, but I'm trying my best. Because fuck me, Blender's API is really difficult to read. Like Maya's not much better. Blender's real bad. It's a real difficult. Okay, so these are fine. So these are the guides. Well, these are the new guides. This is the actual rig. Why does that? Oh no, I clicked on something else. I was like, what the fuck? Why does that have that? And this is the deform. I'll be able to export that to Unreal. Boom. Done. Okay. One of the things I need to look at doing, but I think it's going to make more sense if I just build the whole rig and then put stuff out as I go, is I want to turn a lot of this stuff into like modules rather than like, oh, you build the entire biped at once. The idea would be that you could say, like this spine module, I could just take all of this, put it in its own function, press a button, and you load that in. Just so you're not limited. Now, realistically, I'll probably have an option that is just biped, which just loads all those modules in the correct order, and then boom. But yeah, that's life. Do I have any notes that I'm like, I need to fix this? I don't need this anymore. Because of the rotation, there's the FFT buffers there, that's fine. Shouldn't be parented because they should be parented the final leg. That's actually correct. If I go to those are parented to this, which if I swap that and put on that, does this work? There we go. That's it in FK mode. But if I turn this back on, there we go. So I need a switch for that, that's what I was looking at. I was looking at doing these properties, but there's no like limit, which is kind of annoying. Well, I think there is a way to set a limit, but I have to kind of delve deeper into Blender UI. I need to do that, but I'm like, all the stuff I'm looking at, it looks real hard to do. I need to just kind of sit down, I think, go through a lot of the UI stuff. Because yeah, I would say, but Maya's wasn't much better. I will say that. But Maya's was just Qt, which wasn't too bad, and just kind of got all its own shit to do. But you know, if I'd started here, probably wouldn't. I'd be complaining about Maya's. I probably wouldn't because I wouldn't have paid for Maya's. Okay. Grab this, do that. Custom shape building. Okay, that's just assigning these shapes so that like this auto starts as this. Okay. I don't like that that's kind of jittering like that. Concerns me. Something's going wrong. But is it jittering up here or is it just that one? Like all jittering. And I can't tell if that's because I might have messed something up. Like when I was setting up the roll. Absolutely possible. I've messed up plenty of things so far. Or because I'm writing my own driver and a lot of the Python drivers are seen as slow, that I'm not being given like update priority. So it's just not updating it at the end of every frame. Like that's why you get issues where like if I do this and then I undo it, not. Okay, so it seems to want to update now. Okay, maybe it is just, maybe I did fuck up. Maybe it's just a dependency thing. Doesn't do it all the time. Weird. Oh, I do that. There we go. So if I undo, it works now apparently, but that is updated. It's just not in the correct location. It just didn't update the viewport at the very end. Now, it might not be updating actual bone, which that's going to be a problem. I will say that this like end panel is very confusing to me because, for example, if I like click this bone and I lock this location, I can't move it in the thing, but I can still move it here. It seems very counterintuitive to me that I can lock a thing and still be able to move it. I'm like, no, that doesn't make sense. Well, let me lock it in that case. Give me 2 different locks if that's going to be your fucking attitude, please. Train. So a lot of this stuff, like these ones, are I've kind of outsourced into other scripts. So I've kind of basically made small utility scripts to just handle a lot of the stuff I was doing, functions I was calling a lot of the time that didn't need to be in the main script. I don't need this anymore. This isn't in good order. I need to redo the order at some point. Like some of this stuff, I feel like I could do a better job of. Like this is Tarsi end mat. By that it gets right ankle rest. Like I don't know. Some of this stuff I feel like I can use stuff that's built into Maya rather than like doing Python code for it. I'm just not sure of the best way to do a lot of it. But I mean, we have rough IK working, right? And like this isn't really gonna be an issue because I'm going to be using Unreal anyway, and Unreal has single chain IK, so it's going to be all for naught, chat, all for naught. But if I ever want to do shit in Blender, I'm like, yo, I have a fucking thing that works, hopefully, and it'll be a good portfolio piece because my portfolio is currently very much lacking tools, and I need more tools in it. Yeah, no, Unreal has loads of stuff. Like I had a quick look at Unreal like I'd say months ago at this point, and they've loads of things. The system, like they just kind of also this is inverted, which I don't. I assume it has a reason, but I don't know that it is inverted there. Yeah, like they have single bone IK, which is great. They have loads of different IK options. The fact that you can have different I don't know what they're called. The like first execute nodes, is those the thing? The very first node you have to have in a node graph to have it run. You can have like a prep version of those ones, so those ones are just at the very beginning. They don't get rerun. That seems super useful for rigs, which is like this is what essentially I'm doing. Like this whole guide setup. If I was in Unreal, I could just have a prep setup for this. Wouldn't need any of this. Or I still need it to a degree, but I wouldn't need it as badly. No, Unreal seems very useful. Like the fact that you have backgrounds, so like you can group stuff together. They do. I believe so. There was like a prep thing, right? Prep. Maybe I misunderstood the thing. Prep node Unreal 3. I'd have to find the thing, but I think it's in Manny's rig, or it's in a rig that I tested at least. But I don't think you really genuinely need it, to be honest, because you're gonna like 9 times out of 10 you're gonna have the whole skeleton, like, because you can't do skinning in Unreal, right? If you can, I'm gonna fucking eat a shoe right now, because I couldn't find anything about it. But like, you know, since you're already gonna have the full skeleton to come in. Yeah, it has controller. It has forward and reverse solve, but there's like a prep version which just kind of sets up locations, I believe. Skinning, sorry, weight painting. It's called skinning. It's like not a layman's term. A specific thing. Yeah, I think there's UVs in Unreal, right? But yeah, no, there's no weight painting, which is the problem. So that, like, you know, you don't really need a prep step if you're going to have the entire skeleton brought in beforehand. You know, it'll help for a little bit, but not by much. Just means you don't have to keep redetermining where the beginning, like, matrix is, essentially, which is very useful. And some of the other stuff that I guess Unreal have the same issue, but some of the stuff that I'm running into with it, like to reset the guide in Blender, I have to reload the script every time, which I don't have to do in Maya because it's all hooked up concurrently, I guess. And I can just press a button to detach it when I want it, so there's a little bit more faff. And I think I could probably get this to work in real time, but I don't think it's worth it. It'd be too much of a hassle and like not much benefit, because you can just line up the thing and slightly adjust it. And like ideally, if I get it in the correct way, you shouldn't need to, like, you know, you can't put this off axis. You can just push it forward or push it up, and it should just automatically make the leg, and that leg should automatically kind of extend out and then be able to bend up. Hey, no worries, Claire. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Oh, I'm gonna do that. But I think I will probably be ending stream soon enough as well, because it is so hot here for some reason. I don't know what's going on. Perish. But yeah, I think I'll probably play a game tomorrow, just something chill, because I had secret meetings today, so that was anxiety. But I wanted to get a bit more work done on this, and I think I'll probably have to do Bardaki routine to cry for me. Thank you. I do many cries. How are you doing, Bardaki? Seemed like it was okay, but we shall see. I exist. You do exist, Bardaki. Your existence is amazing. But I think I'm gonna have to do a little bit kind of homework off stream, I guess. I need to figure out how I'm gonna do the spine, and I think I'm just gonna have to go through the leg with like a fine-tooth comb just to be like, did I miss something? And if not, if I didn't miss anything, which I probably did, I probably missed like 10 things. If I didn't miss anything, then it's just an update issue, and I can live with that enough. It's not too bad. It's enough that I can wait and I can do a calisthenics test, which that's the main reason I'm doing this whole skeleton thing, is because weight painting without a calisthenics test is sadness. Like, what is even the point? I need to make a calisthenics test, and then I need to apply it to the skeleton. But how is your Tuesday going, Bardaki? Just crying over fucking Blender code. I'm like, ugh. Yeah, so this stuff, that's what's wrong. Rotation, yeah, that's fine. So, yeah, it's been alright. Didn't go as planned, but such is life. That's fair. I mean, hey. At least it didn't go too badly, right? Gotta just gotta go with the flow. And the other thing I need to work out doing at some point, which this is gonna be a nightmare. Oh, hydrate. I will BRB. I don't have any water left. God damn it. I did my whole goddamn fucking career with one hydrate redeem. God damn it. God damn it. I had to go all the way downstairs for that, by the way. Hydration. I do appreciate that. It's fucking hot in this room. Ugh. I need to get one of those fuck off, like, you know. I see. I see how this is gonna go, Bardocky. I see. I see. You hydrate away. You live your best life. You could be making so many crane wishes right now. You could be making so many wishes, but no. You just want to drown me. And that's fair. Fuck's sake. You're a monster. I'm free. I'm not free, but you're a monster. I didn't even know what the fuck I was talking about. Just looking out for you. True, true. A kind friend, Bardocky. You're a kind friend. You know that? Kindest. The kindest. Oh, I need to do this. Fuck. Fuck my homework for something. Oh, yes. Thank you. Yeah, my brain is just scattered all over the place these days. Yeah, I need to figure out how to do that kind of IK setup that I had previously. But I think that that's literally just gonna be me looking at like, oh, okay, Blender, like Python artists forums for like an hour. Like, can I do this? No. Can I do that? No. Oh my. I like honestly, Bardocky, that like IK, right? That one is that was pretty good. Like I'll give you that one. Like that one's clever. That one's clever. Give you props for that one. I need to do this at some point, which is I need to turn off. When did the Jedi start using 64-bit integers? A long time ago. I gave you props, and then you have to just throw it away like that. So what do I have to do? I have to do these. I have to turn off because these all have deform options, which I need to be incorrect. I guess what I could just do is I could add a setting to the. This constructor is going to be the most fucking messed up constructor I've ever seen. Use deform both. Okay, so that is correct. So now, these are the form bones, so they all get created up here. Okay, so that hip, use the form equal through. Through. Use through. So hopefully, if I've done this correctly, which jury's out on that one. These should all these deform bones should actually have deform, and all the rest of them should. Yep, cool. We'll be ready to do some life stuff. I can't responsibility. Thank you, Manzano. Good luck with your life stuff. Thank you for the raid as well, and thank you for hopping by. I really do appreciate it. Good luck. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I think IK homework and then UI homework, which is gonna be fun. Gotta figure out UI because I did UI for the old, I think the old version of Blender, which I don't know if that works anymore. I technically did the UI work because I did one of my mates in college did like wanted me to rig up something, so I did it, and I did up a tool system for them in it. Speaking of life stuff, I'm heading off to bed. Lovely and productive rest of your stream. Thank you, Bardocky. I appreciate it. You get them sweet dreams. Dream of better jokes, hopefully. But no. Good night. Thanks for hopping by, Bardocky. I appreciate it, and thanks for trying to drown me. I know it was with the best intentions. I don't know if the courts will see it that way, but I might head to bed soon too, to be honest. Getting late. And I'm a sleepy boy. What was I saying? Oh yeah, because I have that old UI system, but again, it's not going to work with this. And I'm lazy. Yeah, hopefully there's some good YouTube tutorials that I can just be like, yo, give me that, put it in here. So far, I will say a lot of my scripts are working pretty okay. Like this create armature, you know, I had to add this little extra bit in, and I didn't have to do it with this one, but some of this stuff, like a lot of this, works. Like I wrote this and it actually works. I've had to fix it up here and there, but like, you know, I'm able to use it for multiple different armatures to create the actual rig versus the deform rig. I might actually swap that around. I might do it the other way. I might do it. That way. That looks better. Oh, it'd help if I swap the underline as well, right? There we go. Yep, cool. I really want to use this on I still have that skater girl that I just, I'm like, it's been so long since I've even looked at that character. Let's have a look at her just to see. Oh god, she's fucking destroyed, guys. It's so sad. But hopefully, again, I tested this. Is it gonna work in reality? I don't know. The idea would be that if I remade the skeleton, because what's happening every time is that I'm don't do that. Rig skeleton is that I'm kind of deleting this rig every time and just rebuilding it every time. Which in Maya would be a huge issue because your weights are saved to a skin cluster node which is attached to the bones and will get deleted with them. But it seems like in Blender the weights are attached to the mesh instead. So hopefully if I I tested this and it seemed to work. If I bring in a mesh with the exact same skeleton with the exact same naming and just attach it, it should just reattach and be all fine. Is that going to be true? I have no idea. Oh yeah, so I think I might leave it there. I've been going for 3 hours. I'm happy enough with that. And I think we'll do some games tomorrow, and maybe I might do some games on Thursday with the. I might try and do something else. I might be like, oh, let's do a mini thing or something. I don't know. Literally no idea. Maybe I'll fill up to doing this again. I feel like I'm kind of a little bit at a roadblock because I could do the arm as well. Like I guess I could do the head. I can start working on the head, right? It's just like I need to do UI homework. I need to do spine homework just to kind of so I know what the fuck I'm talking about. So you know the whole stream is me just reading. But like there's nowhere else to progress, right? Because the other leg is just a mirrored version of this, which is going to be a nightmare because you have to invert handedness, which inverting handedness is the worst thing in existence. It literally makes me cry every time. And then the arms are just IKs as well. So if I don't have this leg IK finished, there's no point starting the arm because it's just going to be a waste of time. I could start doing the hands, but that's just a lot of just duplicate things, really. So I don't know. I don't know if there's something else I could work on maybe as well. I feel like I'm a little bit burnt out on this now. But I wanted to work on it yesterday because I wasn't sure if with the meeting today if I'd have time or if I'd be in the mood because I'm very anxious during meetings. Okay. I think we're gonna leave it there. Oh, delete keyframe, sure. But progress is slowly getting there. I'll do some bug fixing here and there, and we'll see how it goes. I don't know why is that pointed. What is this one? The OK SRT buffer. Oh, it's because it has a constraint now. Oh, that's not correct. Oh, well, is it correct? Do I just want it? I just wanted to follow that, right? Essentially. I want it to be the... One second. I know I said I was going to end, but also... anytime I say anything, it's always a lie, apparently. I mean, I am a knave, right? So I'm a liar and a cheat. This is just Hip World. Okay, so it's just Hip World location. So okay, I want to change that just because that naming is confusing me. This, and it's gonna be by the IK is a buffer. Only I had this somewhat organized. Okay, here we go. Hip leg hip world location. Run that again, just so when I try and view this next time, I'll be like, oh, what the fuck is this? I can see what it is now. I still don't know that I can put values in here, even though they can't do anything. Not my fave. Oh, that was weird. Oh, what? I think it was for food yesterday. Weird. So now that's correct. Okay, so now this is okay. I don't really love how it's... Why is it super off? It should just be... If I delete that driver and make that minus... Okay, yeah, no, don't know what's up with that. I think maybe it's right and I'm just crazy. Who knows? Who knows, chat? Who knows? But I'm gonna leave it there because otherwise I'm gonna keep saying I'm gonna leave it there. I'm never gonna actually leave it there. There's a couple of other stuff I have to fix. Like I think this damped track that this is using is probably incorrect, and I need to adjust that. 100 million things are wrong, but we'll fix them next time. Thanks for hopping by, everyone. I really appreciate the raids and everyone hopping by and saying hi and asking questions and all that stuff and drowning me. It was a lot of fun.